All right. So I have my display that I'm working on. So I lay out the figures just to make sure that they'll fit, but I know they'll fit because there's five. Then I take these tabs off, and then I have to take these pins out because they're sharp, and I don't want them. And then I have to rip this thing off, and then I lay down my things that I'm going to use to make a collage. So I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, there I go. Okay, so I'm just gonna just get myself set up. So I just kind of start cutting these up and arranging them and having lots of fun. This is I saw on, I think it was Facebook, someone was like, my wife was sick of all my Masters of the Universe trash that I have, and she made me this great collage. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So I decided I would make my own collages using the card art and all of those really cool images that they've gone through all the trouble of making and printing, and I can't bring myself to throw them away. So I'm just happy to make a beautiful collage. Here I go, just cutting it up and arranging it. And I just keep on going, just cutting and making all these little cuts, rearranging everything. I can't really think. I mean, some of it is really hard because you want this part to be visible and that part to be visible, but then you're kind of just limited with the space that you have and with the layout of the actual board, because I'm using the back board of that shadow box frame to like as a template to arrange, and then I just kind of arrange everything, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know how this is and how that is, and part of me, I just kind of think maybe I shouldn't have done that so much, because there, like, there's those little spaces and those little places where there's just not enough stuff to cover up that little gap. So again, just had to get creative. There I go, rearranging, and then I tape it. Just a little bit of tape on the front, just so that I can flip it over and tape it a whole bunch more on the back. So just trying to do like just little bits of tape on the front, so that it just kind of holds where it needs to hold. I'll do like one piece on a corner so that it's kind of attaching three or four pieces all together, and then big longer pieces of tape on the back, because the back is going to be in the back and it's not going to be visible when it's all put back together. I like this idea a lot better because originally I had an idea where I was going to use some, I don't even know what they're called, these little things, just to like just attach them onto the wall, but they I don't know, they just weren't very promising. So the shadow box idea is, I really like it. I think it's really cool. Plus, a little bit of a spoiler alert. I put not in this frame, but in a different frame, and I'll show later in the video, is I wanted to put Grizzlor behind that because he's gonna get dusty if he's left out. Okay, so there I take off their accessories, because I get frustrated when I'm trying to hold their accessories. Did a little test to make sure that everyone would fit. Here I go, marking kind of where they are. I'm really proud of myself because I was so smart. I said, how am I going to put Shira on there with her cape and still make it look good? And then I said, well, why don't you just put her hair, like attach her hair behind the little string? Because what I did was I kind of mark where the waist is for all of everybody without a cape. Then I go in and I stab a hole. Oh, one little tip also, if you're still watching and listening, one little tip that you want to do is take off the plastic bits from the cards, like the rest of the bubble, because when you go to try to stab those, if the plastic bit is still there, it's really hard to stab through. There I'm using, it's like a beading string, like for beads, like for making jewelry. I wanted to use wire, like a twist tie kind of a thing, but I couldn't find, the wire that I found was for jewelry making, and I didn't want to use that, because I didn't know how, like, I couldn't find any that was like plastic coated wire, which would have probably worked better for this, because then I would have had more control over it. But that it almost looks like fishing line. It's it works. It's fine. And then I tape it on the back too. So like I'll tie it and then I'll tape it so that I don't, so that or I'm less likely to have it come off. And I'm just kind of speeding through. Just, what am I doing there? Okay, there's She-Ra. I'm going to put her on there. So one thing, I like to cut it really long, like a really long string, and then hold it from the back once both sides are worked through, make a loop, and then just kind of work them into their loop. And that really helped. I at first I cut kind of a shorter segment of, or shorter like piece of string, and I was getting so frustrated. I was so angry. It was crazy. I never get this angry, but I was cussing. I was so stressed out, and I think I had a panic attack or an anxiety attack or something. I was angry, and I was telling my friend I drove over to dinner, and I saw all, like, there was traffic, not even in my way traffic, but it was just traffic, and I was just frustrated. It's really helpful to take off the accessories, because I don't know if you see it here, but I'm kind of struggling with getting it on the bottom of his sword. That was another thing. I want to take off their accessories when you're doing this, because a lot of times they don't hold on to it the whole time. And then you're just going to get frustrated and say all these swear words and just be so angry. Do your blood pressure a favor and take the accessories off so that you don't have to fuss with them. And then once you have everybody arranged, then you put the accessories on before you put the frame on for the last time. And let's see, here I go. I'm just working. I sped this up. I sped it up as much as I could, and then I even tried to cut some out. But I really just want to just kind of show the whole process. And I know it's been a really long time since I've made a video, so I just wanted to put something out. Overall, I really do like how this turned out, because it is a great way to display some of these figures, like Keldor. I have two battle armor He-Mans, the Vac Metal one and the not so Vac Metal one. And then a lot of these figures just they look really good. Like I said, with Grizzlor, he's going to be really great in a frame because he's going to be a lot less dusty than if I just leave him out and just out and exposed. Kind of a hassle, I think, to just kind of keep flipping that thing over, but it wasn't really bad. And then the weird thing is Keldor, he's just kind of held on by his hair. Same with She-Ra, because he has a cape. And then I think he falls off when I go and put Jitsu on. But then I'm able to just put him back on. But yeah, I really like the way that it's displayed, because I'm able to just kind of put it up on the wall versus having to stand them up on the shelf, and then the shelf gets crowded, and then and then they just get dusty, and then it just stresses me out. And then I look at it and it's cluttered, and I get anxiety about having clutter. There went Keldor, he fell off, but that's okay. There I go, tying it up again, tying it as fast as I can. Sometimes it was really hard to see because that stuff is clear, and that was getting a little bit frustrating too. It was just trying to see where it is with my fingers in the way. And She-Ra, get fixed, She-Ra. Oh my gosh, she's all crooked. That was kind of annoying, but I think cutting the really long pieces of it helped also, because then I was just able to find it a lot easier. And then it was a lot easier to tie too. I was just getting so frustrated yesterday. This actually was a few hours. I had actually eaten, there I go, putting all the accessories on. I didn't eat anything at all yesterday. And then after I ate, I came back and I finished this one, and I was like, okay, this is actually doable, and I'm not cussing. So that was good. I guess if I get really grouchy and stressed out, maybe I should just check and see if I've eaten anything. And if not, have your meal so that you're not grouchy. And there we go. So just testing to make sure everybody fits. And it looks like they do. And then I go and I put the tabs on, and here is the finished result. There it is. I think it looks great. And then it looks great on the wall. It just looks so great. I really, really, really like it. And then I'm going to here's the other one that I did with Grizzlor. So here he is. He's just getting pieced in. I put Orko in there, and then I also put the Naked Stratos, mini comic Stratos there. I guess that was just testing to make sure everybody. Oh, please don't kill me because I used the card art for Grizzlor. Oh my gosh! But I feel like I wanted to have the front of it because I think it was like the other one was just too big, the whole entire back side of that card. So I just wanted to use the front of it. Please don't kill me for destroying that card. And then there's Orko. I put Orko on there. One thing that helped was doing his little stand after attaching him, because it was just going to be a big pain in the neck to do it the other way around. A lot of these, I mean, that's really what I learned is to just go slow and put their accessories on last, so that I'm not getting angry about the accessories falling off whenever I move it and turn it over and they're trying to hold their sword or whatever, and then I get mad. I had another idea also, like if I do another one of these, to maybe oh, there's my custom sorceress. My other idea was, instead of having them hold their accessories, to do the string, to basically tie their accessories on to the board next to them or underneath them or near them. So maybe like somebody with an extra head, for example, you could do that, or the extra hands. I think that might be cool to just kind of attach beneath the figure, so that all of their extra things are there. And then there I go, just putting that board underneath there, and I think I'm gonna just make sure that everybody fits. Oh yeah, there you go, rearranging everybody, making sure that they're, because those boards, they kind of have a little bit of a border where the actual piece will fit into the frame. And then what am I doing here? Oh yeah, maybe I'm just putting accessories on. Yeah, I think I'm just giving everybody their accessories. And last step, just kind of like what did I do? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go, accessories. I think the last step is just putting that frame back on and then just tightening those little, oh, that's really important too. When you put the frame on your finished product, make sure that you are doing it the right side up and not the wrong way around, because those little hooks are on there. And then Orko is making it kind of bulge from the back, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, and then this is the final result. Some other ones that I did earlier. I would give this a 1,000,000 out of 10 because I'm really proud of myself and I like what I did. So that is my video, and I hope that this inspires you to do something similar or better or cooler. Have a really awesome rest of your day. Adios.